Ladies and gentlemen, you might recognize this girl from films such as 8 Mile and Hustle and Flow, most currently on television series like Sons of Anarchy and Hawaii Five-0, and she's no stranger to the music scene as her new single, Send Me Your Love, is climbing the Billboard charts. Please welcome the beautiful Taryn Manning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Thank you.
How you doing?
What's going on right here?
Oh.
You cut yourself?
Yeah, getting ready for the show. I was shaving in the elevator and cut my face.
Where's your makeup artist?
Yeah, I know. She's really slacking on the job. I'll fire her after the show. It's okay. I know.
Sorry
It's
about
your
that.
fault. It's your fault, but that's okay.
It's my fault.
Yeah, well, don't feel bad. It's okay. It's okay. So you have been DJing and creating your own original music lately, playing a lot of large clubs, exclusive parties. I know that you have to blend a lot of popular music and your own original music. How do you kind of work with those two different mediums together?
Which ones?
taking the popular kind of top 40 music that people
Right.
recognize and know, and being able to blend that with your own original music so that you can
my
kind of share your
music.
original music as well.
It just depends on the setting, you know. So it's like if I'm playing a show where it's like at a club and you know people are there to dance and I've been hired to play top 40 music, then I'll work my original stuff in when necessary, you know, like kind of when they're nice and drunk and won't notice.
Right.
Make sure the floor doesn't clear.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you know, I tend to play like the stuff that people want to hear, and that's sort of the name of the game with DJing.
Yeah. Do you spend a lot of your time DJing, or do you get to spend a lot of time really working on your original sound?
I've been doing my original sound. I like the way you put that. My original sound.
Exactly. The only one.
I've been making music like for a long time. Like my original sound. I had a group called Boomcat with my brother and I for a long time. And then I've been working on my solo stuff for a very long time. But the DJing, I guess right now it's kind of a big part of our culture, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
You heard?
And absolutely. And so let's talk about your new single. So the new single is called Send Me Your Love.
Yes.
It's actually climbing up rapidly on the Billboard charts. Tell me, is this song, first tell them what this song's about, and then second of all, is this about a guy that's actually been in your life, or is this more of kind of a metaphorical story that you put together?
It's about a guy that has been in my life and he's gone, and that guy is my dad.
Oh, okay.
And not to get too deep because that's no fun, but the song "Send Me Your Love" is about my relationship to God and my faith, and it's like this song can be interpreted as man and woman, or you know, animals loving each other, but it's really just a message about love and hugs. So let's hug it out. Let's hug it out.
Hug it out.
Let's hug it out.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
great.
it's just a good song with some meaningful lyrics. Right now, like dance music to me is amazing. I've always loved dance music for a long, long time, and I feel like my song has like a meaning to it, and it's a party beat, it's an anthem.
Yeah.
But if you really like tune in and hone into the lyrics, and I'm not saying that I'm either of these people, so don't get it twisted, but I liked them both as Whitney Houston, Greatest Love of All. We all know what that meant, right?
Yes.
Loving yourself, and then Man in the Mirror. And that's Michael Jackson, who I miss very, very much as an artist. And it's all about like looking within, you know, and loving yourself.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
And not to deter too much from more serious topics, but you have done a lot of clubs, and I know things can get crazy there. And you've done a lot of big parties. I mean, she did Richard Branson's party, which is pretty wild. Do you have a story or something that happened at one of these clubs or one of these events, exclusive parties that you've done that kind of stands out as one of the wildest?
There's several. Okay, so there was one time I was on like a bit of a tour, if you will, through the East Coast, and I had my one computer, and this'll like show you if y'all want to DJ, that you definitely need to have more than one computer. So I was in New York City at the Hudson Hotel, and this girl came up, and she's like, had her glass of champagne. She's like, "Excuse me," as they all do, "can you play Pitbull?" and spilled all over my computer.
My gosh.
My set was like, at that moment, it was like just a complete malfunction because she wanted Pitbull. Love you, Pitbull. Love you.
That's terrible.
And so that was that, and then from there I had to go on to like 3 other gigs, but I didn't have a backup.
So basically you were with one computer, and if some drunk bitch spilled her champagne on you, then you're done at that point, right?
I was done with that particular stretch.
Absolutely. So now we talked a little bit about your music career. Let's talk about your acting career. I mean, if you look through your credentials, you've done a lot of projects. I mean, you've done film, you've done television, you're still currently working a lot on television and in film. You've done some recent movies that have come out. Tell me, I know that you've used your acting career to kind of help your music career, and then at the same time use your music career to help your acting career. They kind of work together. I know you did a song on the 8 Mile soundtrack. So how was that kind of a plan for you, that you wanted the both of them to support each other, or is this something that just kind of happened for you?
Just happened for me.
Really?
Yeah. It was never planned, just kind of an effortless thing. I mean, honestly, the song on 8 Mile soundtrack, wasting my time for anybody that doesn't know, came about very organically, literally and honestly. Like, Mark LaBelle, which is Eminem's tour manager, was walking by my trailer, and I was playing my demo. Just to myself, just playing my demo.
Of course, we all listen to our music.
Enjoying myself.
Yeah.
Gotta love yourself.
Of course.
And he kind of popped by and was like, "Hey, what are you listening to?" And I was like, "Oh, this is just me and my brother's new stuff." And it was Boom Cat. Okay. And he grabbed the CD and he took it to M. And at that time, he fell in love with that song. And pretty much, I have a song on the Crossroads soundtrack, Crazy Beautiful. I have a song on Hawaii Five-0. I mean, they just find out I do music, and then it's just good music. So
now you just brought up Hawaii Five-0. That's actually a show that's a reboot of an old show that when I heard that, I was kind of skeptical, but I've seen it and I actually love the new show. You actually have a big role on the show. You're the sister of one of the main characters. What's it been like experiencing that and filming in Hawaii?
It's been really cool because I'm really happy that the show turned out a success, because anytime you kind of remake something of that magnitude, there's always a stigma, and it turned out really well. And I play Marianne McGarrett, and it's good times. Hawaii is awesome.
Now, you briefly brought this up, and this is the last thing that I want to touch on. You've been in some films with some very large music artists. Are Eminem and Britney Spears very similar to each other to try to work with? No?
Like, what do you mean?
I'm kidding. They're obviously very different. But you have worked with both,
Well, they both have bodyguards.
That's true. There you go. There's their similarity.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say thank you for coming out tonight. We've had a ton of fun. Everybody, Taryn Manning, thank you for being here.